Hi, my name is Corey Minter. I'm here with Darcel. We're with Trinity Employment Specialists, and we are a staffing organization that's located centrally here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but we staff all over the nation for travel nursing. And one of the main reasons for this video is we want to always add value to the travel nurses out there and try to be a communication tool for new things to think about for travel nursing, especially new nurses that are considering travel nursing. Be a great educational source for them. And then I really want to introduce any new travel nurse to Darcel because I've watched her truly be a mentor and an advocate for so many nurses that are considering this new way of making money, because travel nursing, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, you can make double the salary in just changing the way that you go to work, and that's go to travel nursing rather. And you don't necessarily have to travel, just so long as you go 50 miles outside of your area. So
Yes.
One of the things that I've noticed, Darcel, that I literally was trying to get online to look for articles or information because I wanted us to be able to speak about this.
Right.
Didn't find a thing.
Right.
It didn't matter where I looked. And so this is something that is, I believe it's newsworthy in travel nursing, but I'm not seeing anyone write about it or talk about it. And that is that after COVID, we're post-COVID in June of 2020 now, and how many nursing opportunities do you see on our boards that normally have 4,000?
Very few.
This was 2 weeks ago, but you told me that normally we're seeing 4,000,
yes,
and now
absolutely.
they're down to like 100?
Absolutely. Yeah, if that.
Really?
If that. Normally, as any nurse knows, May through November is travel time. Every agency is always booking travel nursing. What we're looking at right now, if we have 34 jobs available on one of our VMSs. Some of them we have literally 0. Okay, so that tells me that due to this COVID, a lot of nurses are not working, right? Of course, they might be getting unemployment, but the nurses can't make a living off their unemployment. They need jobs.
Right.
So what I suggest with any nurse who's currently have thought about travel nursing, contemplating picking up a travel contract, because you have received less money on unemployment than you normally make. So in order to get back to where you're paying your bills, a travel contract would be the thing they need to do, because they can make a bigger salary.
Right.
So what I suggest, be it Trinity, but build a relationship with a travel company and find out what do you think is coming down the pike. I truly believe that we're going to get hit within the next month. We're in Oklahoma. We're open back up as of today. Everything's going back in effect. Okay, so that means the hospitals, they're going to start seeing patients, people coming out their houses.
Right.
So everything is going to pick back up. So I suggest that a nurse, if she's thinking about travel, call me. Let's find out. Get you prepared. Go ahead and do your application. I have a list already, a running list of about 8 or 9 nurses that I constantly call weekly to let them know there's nothing out there, they're still looking. So building a relationship with the recruiter is now the best time, because really when it hit, yes, are we going to talk to you? Are we going to try to build a relationship? But everything is going to be time sensitive. We got to get in there. So I want to learn tell me what you're looking for in your next contract.
So what I hear you saying is that we need, right now, there are not very many opportunities.
Correct.
But very soon, it's going to really ramp
Yes.
up. Let me explain to you why I believe that's going to happen, to give you an understanding. I spend most of my time working in traditional medical staffing
Correct.
for medical clinics. I know all of the medical clinics. I've been doing this for 11 years. She's our expert in travel nursing. I've been working in medical clinics for a while. Well, here's something interesting, Darcel. When they stopped elective surgery in Oklahoma, and they did this a little bit over 2 months ago, instantaneously Trinity lost 70% of its revenue because of our exposure to the medical field.
Right.
And that was scary, and I didn't like it. But the day after Governor Stitt announced that they are going to be opening up elective surgery, our clinics began to hire again. Now, this is the truth. People didn't automatically go back to the clinics and start getting after elective surgery. Now, I know of some emergency type friends that are around that they've been waiting for this to happen because they needed this surgery to happen. Then there are those that you could probably wait. Well, everyone has been waiting.
Yes.
But there is something that has happened this week that is very interesting, and I believe that it's going to change the fear level of people going to the doctor.
Yes.
And that is that the media has stopped talking about COVID, and they've shifted all of their focus onto the rioting that's happening. Okay. That alone is likely, just the fact that people are not talking about COVID now in a fear-based way, I believe you're going to start seeing a ramp up of people going and exercising the selective surgery. So this is starting in the clinics, the specialty clinics, like whether it's urology, orthopedics. These have already started ramping up because this is my side of things. This is my specialty.
Sure will have.
This has started to ramp up. Once we have people comfortable to come back into the specialty clinics and begin to start having these elective surgeries, we have 2 months of postponed elective surgeries just waiting in the queue.
Yes.
And the only thing that we're waiting on is people to not be fearful of going back to the doctor again, and that's starting to wane. So what Darcel is saying is going to happen is going to be a huge influx.
Yes.
What do you think is going to happen? Do you think it's going to happen all at once?
I do.
What do you?
Well, we're going to start seeing more needs being fed into our VMS systems, and with that, it's going to continue to grow because, like I said, this is the busiest time. You're looking at clinics, but just think about people just going to the hospital, like. People need surgery. People need to see a doctor. No one's doing that. But now it's going to boom. Everybody's going to, and think about this, they're going to be admitting people into hospitals because they didn't go to the hospital and get checked. They was dealing with their issue because they didn't want to go to a hospital. So the admissions is going to go sky high. I'm talking about med-surg, ER, ICU. You're going to see a flux of all these specialties. We're already seeing a flux in labor and delivery. People was pregnant. Now they having babies.
Yeah, they didn't stop. The
exactly,
babies didn't get the note that they're supposed to stop.
Exactly. But we're going to see a rise in that because when people stay home, we have babies.
That I never thought about.
Yes, sir. They're going to soar come September, November. We're going to have a soar of babies being born.
You know what's crazy? Remember when we had that huge ice storm?
A bunch of babies.
And I heard the same thing that there were
absolutely.
like all of a sudden labor and delivery.
Absolutely.
Yes, well,
that's what we're going to do. That's what's going to happen. You're going to, toward the end of the year, it's going to be so many babies. And they're going to call them COVID babies. Mark my word.
You think so?
I know so. They will.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So I want to get them prepared and go ahead and start talking with a recruiter, talk with me, and let's get your paperwork, and then I'll just call you weekly every other week and keep you up to date on what's going on.
Darcel, when COVID was announced, this is honestly what I thought was going to happen. I thought that Trinity was going to soar because of our exposure to medical, but it turns out this thing wasn't what we thought it was at first. And so now, do you think that we're going to end up having, we got travel nursing emergency rates for COVID, then we realized this isn't what we thought it was. Do you think that's going to happen again based on what you're saying?
They're not going to pay crisis rates. It's not nurse unless they can't find that nurse. I have seen them where if they can't find the nurse, no agency can fill it, then they'll go up on the hourly rate to get them. So it depends on the state, what the shortage is.
Okay.
We still can't see it, but it's not going to be right at the door. They're doing it. Yeah.
Well, right now is the time to begin to get all of your paperwork in. There's a credentialing process that we have to go through for the hospitals
Correct.
to get you credentialed. And so right now is the time to give Darcel a call here at Trinity at 918-622-2588. Or you can just go out on our website, check us out.
Yes.
Go look at our Google reviews at trinityemployment.com.